Okay, let's do a quick test on this. Talk at your normal speaking register.
How dare you tell me to talk at my normal speaking register?
You like this version of Sonic's theme song better than the first game's Sonic theme song?
That is 100% true.
How do you feel about Tails' theme song? I have a friend who vehemently prefers the original Sonic Adventures version of this song over this version of this song. Like, they are very passionate about the fact that they think the original game's, the first game's theme is better than this game's theme.
I don't think I've heard the original.
The original game's, the first game's theme is better than this game's theme.
I don't think I've heard the original. That seems good.
Yeah, that's like how it sounds for every other fucking game.
Yeah, exactly.
Every other game, that's okay.
We have on the final part.
On the final one, we did it. We figured out how to make the game sound
The game's
right.
so loud you can't hear us. Yeah, this is what every other video of ours sounds like.
Every other game, that's what it sounds like.
Yep.
We had to crank the mix from the game down 15 decibels. Because the mix in this game is ridiculous. Yeah, 7 parts in, we finally did it.
Finally.
Those first couple, like, it's like impossible to hear us.
Yep.
Okay, last story.
We'll just have to do SA2 a third time.
I'm definitely fine with that. I am ready and willing. Why doesn't the cannon fire? Project Shadow.
Oh my God. Dark Shadows.
It's my grandfather, Gerald Robotnik.
So that's what I like is he's Gerald Robotnik in the Japanese version too.
What's that?
Like, people get all pissy about Eggman, but like Robotnik is canon.
You haven't given up yet?
His name is Robotnik.
All over for us.
But how do you think his first name is pronounced?
From my boss. This space colony
Rouge.
is currently up
From my boss.
at an incredible
Yeah, nice save, Rouge, really.
probably will impact Earth.
Probably. What else is there to impact with? The moon? That's already
S'mores?
gone.
Yeah. Ooh, your grandpa was into kinky shit.
For every human being on Earth. If my calculations are correct, the space colony arc will impact the Earth in 27 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, look.
Will be destroyed, along with your beloved.
Oh my god, it's a meteor. It's Meteo. Okay, so that looks...
Great.
That looks like we're already too far along.
Yeah, that NASA DART shit can't deflect that.
Yeah, so this was Shadow's plan all along. He never intended to help Eggman.
All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from
He was never intending to actually help Eggman. This was Shadow's endgame the whole time. And he knew.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Ready!
What's going on here? Who is that?
Amy asking the real questions.
You a taste of my revenge.
Oh god.
Professor Gerald Robotnik, one of the greatest scientific minds in the world, and my grandfather.
What?
He's an awful fighter, but a brilliant scientist.
Stop it.
I'd have done this
Stop it,
a long
quote
time ago
Knuckles.
if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
I like this moment.
You're pretty persistent for a head.
Literally, Eggman's like, oh shit, you're alive?
Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
But I set out a trap.
You were supposed to blow it up. Why the fuck?
What the fuck?
He just takes it all in stride like, god damn it.
Well, okay, guess we're still doing
I
this.
really thought you were dead. What the fuck? I'm really upset that you're not dead.
I don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind, But then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I
The
had been
actress
working on.
reading off the
Yep.
script.
Colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter, Maria, I hope you are all safe.
Oh, Amy's not handling this.
No,
Very
girl.
well at all.
Oh no. Get the boo-boo face on.
Into the wrong hands.
Oh, well, they're gonna retcon the explanation for that like 3 different times.
It's like our Kakarot video. Like, forget everything he's saying.
Yeah, everything Raditz is saying is gonna get retconned eventually.
When the ark was shut down, she meant everything to me. And I couldn't
It's a little, this game was released in 2001.
I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane.
Well, you didn't come back, so.
Was to avenge her. Somehow, some way. I got scared as I no longer was able to control my thoughts. All I could think about was that I wanted it all to be based on my original projections.
So, the localization really couldn't do anything about this, but in Japanese, at that line, the Japanese subtitles start getting written differently. Like, it goes from like katakana to hiragana or something like that, and it's really jarring and really funky. And again, sadly, that is unreplicatable.
It's just
when
some
you
like
translate
cursive.
it. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that would be interesting, right? That would be the way you do it.
Yeah, just like a different font.
See, they're having the problem we were having, is we can't fucking hear them.
Yeah, Eggman, what? You gotta speak up.
I like how Eggman's like, shit, we're all gonna die. What a badass, right? That's my grandpa for you.
Anyway, good old Grandpa.
Like, he's into it, even though he's like, well, I really don't want to die, so I guess I'm gonna have to help us all not die.
That's like baller as hell.
That's my grandpa! Fucking 50 years in the grave, and he's like, gonna cause global genocide. What a fucking badass!
What a fucking shooter.
Oh my god, plant and payoff, dude.
Where was that?
I like how it's so tiny, too. It's in his hand.
Yeah.
I love this moment, though. Like, the music's going, everyone's, like, mission mode. Like, Eggman's contributing something, Rouge is contributing something, Knuckles, Tails. Like, it's like a squad. It's like a heist movie where,
Squad
like,
moving out.
everyone's contributing. It's so cool. This game's the best.
You got one of those enemies from Metroid.
Everyone's fucking down to clown.
Just leave it to me. I'm the world's fastest hedgehog.
Let's get to
To work.
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
Well, Eggman is helping, so he's capable of redemption and being a good person.
He's helping himself.
Yeah, he doesn't want to die. He's stuck on this fucking thing, too.
It doesn't count as altruism if it's selfishness.
If you're trying to help someone not die so that they can land the plane that you're on, that's not helping them. That's helping yourself.
Help me. Help you.
How fucking stupid do you have to be? Well, these
They
people,
will meet that challenge.
like, people are so fucking dumb. They literally do think, like, intention doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, the reason you're doing it is irrelevant.
Yep.
And, like, you're dumb.
Yeah, that's also not how that works legally.
Like, well, the ultimate result was everyone on Earth survived thanks to Eggman helping out.
All's well that ends
Therefore,
well.
he's a good person. That's not
No.
how that works.
You sound very
That's not
easy
how
to
that
manipulate.
works. Prop Egganda.
Dude.
Prop Egganda. It's really good. I didn't come up with it, that's why I'm complimenting it.
And I dare say it doesn't deserve compliments.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Wow. I think it does.
I believe I've made it clear that I think it does.
Nick, you're fucking refuting me, and I don't appreciate that. Ah!
Oh boy. Oh.
So yeah, in case it's that was not an accident. So in case it's confusing, this is so cool. I love this fucking final level where like you're playing as everyone. It's so cool. This game is the best. I love this. This is my childhood. So Gerald Rubetnik was studying the ultimate life form, and there's gonna be some wankery as the series goes on with some retconnery about like the nature of what the research of the ultimate life form was supposed to be all about. But what's consistent and was part of this original game's writing is Maria Robotnik was Gerald's granddaughter, which means that she is Eggman's cousin, I think? Because...
yeah, I'm so bad at genealogy.
Damn it. I believe cousin, because Gerald is both of their grandfather.
Yeah, it'd be his brother's daughter?
Sibling of some kind, yeah.
So
there we go.
Neat.
Well, I think it's assumed that like Maria and Eggman are from two different branches.
You can say it.
I guess it's unclear. Eggman never really seems to talk about Maria.
I just love stuff that goes without saying, like Abe Lincoln fucked. So it's like,
so
yeah, imagine that.
Gerald fucked.
It's like it had to have happened. Just because they don't talk about it.
Just because they don't want you to know. Maria had AIDS.
Jesus.
It's AIDS. It's like it's not called AIDS, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Space AIDS?
Yeah, it's like NIDS or something like that.
Yeah, it's AIDS based.
It means the same thing. It's literally like the acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
Like post-90s
but it's like
AIDS stand-in.
Neurodegenerative acquired immune deficiency syndrome or something like that. It's AIDS. Yeah. She had AIDS. And Gerald was like sad face, as most of us are.
You know.
About it. And so he's like, I'm gonna study. Well, I think it's a little ambiguous about the timeline. Whether they were like trying to court him to like get in on the Ark and like do some research shit on the Ark, and he was like, no. But then Maria done got AIDS and shit.
Which is the Japanese title of this game.
Maria done got AIDS and shit. And so he decided, oh, I can use that. And he started, well, I don't know what the cause and effect, god damn it. I don't know what the causality is. Which came first, the Maria AIDS or the Gerald doing research on the Ark. But he was like, I'm gonna use this research grant. Like whatever the like research grant equivalent of embezzlement is, basically. I'm gonna research the ultimate life form.
Projected man.
So that I can cure Maria's AIDS and save her life. And like the military wanted a weapon, he was trying to create a medical cure, like a literal miracle cure. He was hoping that researching the ultimate life form, which is, you know, something that sounds really cool in Japanese and doesn't really make any fucking sense in English.
It falls short a little bit.
The concept of the ultimate life form sounds like something that goes without saying in Japanese, but what the fuck does the ultimate life form mean is a very valid question in English. He's like, I'm going to study the ultimate life form, therefore I will be able to cure Maria of her AIDS.
You could have given that money to, like, all the researchers, pharmacologists, and people like that who would have made like the AZT of space age.
Yeah.
But no, you decided to make a hedgehog.
Oh shit.
He's
Oh hey.
all black and cute.
Well, you know. Hedgehogs
Anyway,
are
moving on.
hedgehogs are better than AZT.
And medications.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna rank things, they'd be pretty high up there.
Hedgehogs are pretty good, especially when it's a cutie black hedgehog.
Yeah.
Hurry, throw the switch and drain the liquid.
Drop the switchy.
And Maria herself started living on the Ark because I guess why not?
I mean, it's there.
I think Shiro Meikawa answered this question on Twitter at some point. I mean, like, it just makes sense, right? He's like, well, I'm working on this so that I can cure Maria. I need her on hand so that I can, like, test shit and see if the treatments are working, right? Oh, and also, like, she had AIDS, so maybe living in a sterile environment, like a space station.
She can't live next door to Amy in Station Square.
Yeah, she's got, like, if she lives on the space station, that's beneficial to her health because there's less pathogens and contagions that can fuck her up.
Space germs.
Fucking cosmic radiation, yo. No one's thinking about these things.
Fuckers.
And not only that, but degenerative bone disease. No one's thinking about this shit.
Space medicine.
So, they started making Project Shadow, and apparently they started out with a giant lizard.
You know, because you gotta start somewhere.
I do agree that it's probably from Gerald researching the Echidna Empire and seeing depictions of chaos on the mural, because when we get to the core is based on the shrine of the Master Emerald, so he clearly had at least seen depictions of the shrine to the Master Emerald, so therefore, he's definitely done his research on Echidna culture. So I think the Bio-Lizard is because he originally based the Ultimate Life Form on Chaos, and then he was like, well, giant lizard ain't working out.
Which, I mean, anyone could have foreseen.
But... He was a desperate man! And so then he went to Hedgehogs.
And the next on the list.
Hedgehogs was working out, but Gunn said, no.
Yeah.
No, Hedgehogs.
No, yeah.
We're real upset at you. And then, you know, because this game has a theme going for it. What the fuck was the point of me going in there? I instantly forgot. I don't know if it's actually explained in this game why they did it, but because this game has a clear, overt theme of anti-authoritarianism and, like, corrupt government / military plots. I guess it's just not really explained, but Gunn raided the Ark and shut the whole thing down. You know, one of those Black Ops wet work operations. Yeah, that's what I was like, what's this Kool-Aid? The orange Kool-Aid.
It's the one that is the color changers.
And so they done killed Maria. And
they capped that bitch.
And Gerald and Shadow were both very unhappy about that.
Ooh.
They're like, no, why'd you kill Maria?
No.
And I think it's actually a little bit confusing, like, what the timeline is, but...
They killed her like they capped her, or they just prevented the...
Well, she was definitely shot. That is unambiguous.
Oh, they capped that bitch.
She was definitely shot, and that resulted in death. I mean, like, it was probably an accident. I mean, I don't know if they were given orders, like, go in there and fucking kill that bitch.
Shoot that 12-year-old.
Shoot the blonde girl. Shoot her.
They weren't trying to take her out.
I
It just
think
is
she was...
unfortunate she's the one person who caught a stray bullet.
Like, I think it was collateral damage, I'm gonna be honest.
Some pretty big...
I think it was collateral damage, like... I don't think anyone was like checking their fire necessarily.
You boys need some range time.
I don't know if anyone cared to avoid shooting her, but
it's like that scene in that Rainbow Six movie or whatever where they fire like 300 rounds and not one hits, and the comments are like, "You boys need some range time."
The one time the stormtroopers should have missed. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Is it here? Here we go. So, Gerald wasn't happy about seeing the fact that Maria dead.
I can't imagine why.
And Shadow was also not happy about it. And again, I think it's ambiguous as to the timeline, because Maria sent Shadow down in the capsule, and he landed on Earth in the capsule. And I guess it's implied that, like, Gunn retrieved Shadow, and were like, okay, well, since you're both here, Gerald, you want to go ahead and finish your research? We still would like to have the ultimate life form.
Otherwise, we just have this hedgehog.
And Gerald was real pissed. And so he went, oh, I'll give you your fucking ultimate life form, you motherfuckers. And it's implied that he kind of fucked around with Shadow's brain because he had gone mad with grief. And so that's why...
What with the dead daughter?
Yeah, that's why Shadow, his memories have been altered, which Rouge implied in her confrontation with him. She implies, like, your memories might not be your own. It's implied that the memories were implanted by Gerald to make him obsessed with revenge on behalf of Maria. Probably because Shadow is a good person.
A good boy.
And he would want to protect... Like, maybe they even talked about it. Maybe, like, Gerald's like, yo, Shadow, I kind of want to kill everyone. And Shadow's like, yeah, but Maria wouldn't like that, so I don't know. Like, maybe.
Well, actually, this is what Maria wanted. Oh, cool, okay, we'll work on that. Let's talk about that.
So, it's definitely implied that Gerald fucked with Shadow's memories in order to make him a vengeance-obsessed weapon on his behalf. And something or other must have went down because Gunn eventually went, okay, fuck this, threw Shadow in stasis and locked the key, and executed Gerald. That video we just saw was Gerald's final message before they killed him with the firing squad.
Seems like a weird thing to give him before you execute him.
Right? Like, okay, well, thanks for trying. We're gonna kill you now. Do you have any final words? Yeah, you got a camera? I got some final fucking words for you.
I kind of want to broadcast this.
Hey, I'm gonna... Who set up the program to, like, broadcast the final message in the event that 7 Chaos Ever... Like, there's a lot of off-screen work.
Well, there's a little bit of Dr. Light going on
that went... Yeah, I mean, like, it's a little weird that, like, we're just led to accept this, and the logistics are not gone into at all.
Fuck it.
I'm fine with that,
yeah.
But, like, there's a lot of stuff that Gerald would have had to have done while he was either working on Shadow or awaiting execution. So look at these wee snake heads. These look just like the snake heads from Lost World in Sonic Adventure. The level in Sonic Adventure where you go through the Echidna ruins. Like, all of this architecture is clearly modeled...
Greco-Roman architecture?
Yeah, this Greco-Roman architecture. This Mesoamerican Greco-Roman architecture is clearly modeled after the Echidna Pyramid from Sonic Adventure 1. So Gerald clearly did research on the Echidna Empire. Or at least whoever made the Ark did.
The contractor.
Someone was into it. Ark Abandoned Lab.
Ooh, I hate it when they leave me behind.
The running joke come to its conclusion.
Look, Lucille Ball moment.
Shadow.
Oh, you're here. He wasn't really involved with that whole...
I really gotta stop whining. Everyone's trying their best to help out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Aw.
that mouth to work.
Shadow, we need you. Please help us.
It's all going according to plan. There's no reason for me to help them. Besides, there's no way to save anyone.
There has to be.
And he's accepting that this will result in his death too. He's accepting the fact that, like, yep, we're gonna land. I'm gonna die too. I'm coming for you.
Good. If they try their best and never give up on their wishes, they always have a reason to be happy. That's why you should help them out. Saving them is a good thing.
Sounds a little patronizing.
Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them.
What
Give
the
them
fuck kind of Ronald McDonald shoes are you wearing, girl?
I beg of you, please, do it for me.
You shot her right in the tits.
For all people who live on that planet, give them a chance to be happy. Let them live for their dreams. Shadow, I know you can do it. That's the reason why you were brought into this world. Sayonara, Shadow, the Hedgehog.
I promised her, and I must keep that promise.
Oh, he cried.
I've got to go now.
You gotta quit having episodes.
So that was internal.
Was
that was
cut.
thoughts. That was him saying that was her promise.
Yeah, Amy was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, he was just having like a little breakdown. Like from
Shadow?
Amy's perspective, he just stood there freaking out, cried, and then said,
changed his mind.
I have to go now. I have to keep my promise to Maria and to you.
Shadow? Oh.
Sonic, you're coming to some conclusions there that you don't necessarily have the context for. Yeah, so that's Shadow's little moment of like, oh fuck, I really fucked up.
I did a whoops.
Ooh, I really fucked
I
up
did a
on that one.
humongous whoop.
I feel the fatigue though. Shadow is a character who he doesn't talk about his feelings. He just does.
Oh wow, imagine that.
It's
Imagine
so
the character
fatiguing needing
who
to
doesn't
write
monologue.
a character who doesn't talk about how he's feeling out loud with speech bubbles.
Leave this one to me.
Ah, this is so bad. In a good way.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Gat this
Oh.
fool. Oh.
I'll take care of this while you run to get the Chaos Emerald.
So there's no discussion. There's no like, oh Shadow, you're on our side, and we're like coming to like they're like, oh shit, this is an obstacle for us, and Shadow's like, I got this. Go.
Boom.
There's no redemption moment. There's no Sonic giving him a second chance.
And giving a speech.
There's no Sonic going, okay, Shadow, I'll give you the second chance. There's no Shadow going, give me, like, I'm on your side now. Like, the world's gonna end in 20 minutes. They don't got time for that. Shadow shows up, he's like, I got this. That's
Bounce.
And there's no response. Sonic doesn't respond to him. They just
like,
go.
what the fuck? Okay.
They just run for it. Like, people are just making shit up. Like, oh, he's given Surge a second chance, just like with Shadow. There was no second chance to give. No second chance was requested, and none was offered. Like, the situation is very... It's extreme. It's an extreme situation, one might say.
One might.
So what I think is funny in the in the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, one of the boss fights is replaced with, instead of, I think, Perfect Chaos, it's Bio-Lizard. So Sonic never fights the Bio-Lizard, Shadow does, but in Sonic Generations 3DS, Sonic gets to fight the Bio-Lizard. I think that's funny.
The Rizard.
The Bio-Lizard. The prototype of the ultimate life form. He doesn't look happy.
So this was the first attempt, and Shadow was like later on. Like,
yes,
I questioned the grant that he received. want to say, like...
Well, you know, you got to use up all the money in the grant,
yeah, or
otherwise they give
next
you
time.
less next year. So
Yeah.
you got to justify those expenses somehow. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, we spent half of it on the lizard, then we had to make it a
You know,
giant
got to give
lizard.
it tubes and shit.
He landed in the pea.
Sometimes science is more of an art than a science.
Sometimes you got giant lizards. Sometimes. It's not all test tubes and fucking blood samples, you know?
So, justice for the bio-lizard. Just because it can't talk doesn't mean it's not sentient. The fucking file said that its capacity for intelligence and learning is low. Not zero. It is capable of intelligence and learning.
It's just dumb.
It's just dumb. Big's dumb.
Yeah.
We all accept that Big is sentient.
And Dodonpa
sapient
has a
even.
boner for him.
But Dodompa's really into Big. Hashtag Big Cross Dodonpa. OTP, in fact. Like, the Bio-Lizard has to at least be as smart as Shadow. Not Shadow. Big.
Which is a low bar to hit.
Yeah, and you gotta presume he hits it.
He hits it and he quits it.
You gotta presume it. I'm just saying.
You gotta presume it.
Like, the Bio-Lizard is not necessarily a mindless they kill him! They kill the Bio-Lizard! That's my point. Fuck all of you. I have so many strong opinions about Sonic Adventure 2 in particular.
You know what? Fuck you in particular.
Strong opinion number 1, this is a good game, fuck you. You seeing this? You seeing the game I'm playing?
Seeing the shit, Applejack?
It's good. Get fucked. This game kicks ass.
But whose?
Yours.
Obvious tiger sound effect. Like Kaylee made that one time.
I also love this song.
It's a little difficult to
supporting me
hear with the sound effects and
yeah. Look at him go. He's like, yeah. Ma shot the boss fight. Son of a bitch.
Bomberman
Maria.
64 your ass.
I've always liked the Bio-Lizard. People don't give him enough credit. What do you think its preferred pronouns are?
Bio and lizard.
Hashtag bio, hashtag lizard.
Link in description.
Bio lizard. Bio lizard.
Buy tickets. Link in my bio.
Oh, this tweet's really blowing up. Here's my Patreon link.
And that says it all, doesn't it?
Or YouTube comment. Edit. Wow, thanks for the upvotes. Well, now I'm gonna downvote it. Fuck you. Hate the internet.
We thought TV was bad, but this is way worse.
I mean, look at this thing. This thing is just living in agony 24/7. It's got tubes for
piss.
eyes. It's got tubes for eyes, dude. It don't got a tongue. It's got gills or something. Look at this poor creature.
It's not having a good time. That's
I
for
feel
sure.
bad for it.
Not having a good time.
I mean, Shadow was brainwashed. The
He's got a clean
Bio-Lizard
brain.
definitely has got to have some kind of motivation implanted into it by Gerald. It's here at the fucking shrine. It, like, was summoned by a video of Gerald. The, like, little flashback video holograms of Gerald flashed, and then the Bio-Lizard appeared. It's definitely living out Gerald's final will, just like Shadow was. No one cares about the Bio-Lizard. No one wants to bring back the Bio-Lizard. I like the Bio-Lizard. Fuck all of you.
It's biological.
Everyone gives the Bio-Lizard no credit.
Ooh, pomegranates.
Yeah, what the fuck are these? Look at this thing.
Pomegranate
Yeah,
seeds.
wiggles.
Yeah.
Now, what are those supposed to be? Very weird looking. Some kind of Akira shit.
Delicious, dude.
Akira,
like
Neon Genesis Evangelion shit.
The sky flowers in SpongeBob. Well, we couldn't put clouds, but
Yeah.
it looked too empty without them.
It's never explained what the fuck those are. Sky flowers.
On the SpongeBob DVD, one of the background artists was like, yeah, we just needed something to put there.
I have many strong opinions about this game, and all of those opinions are everyone who doesn't like this game's an idiot. Do you concur? Why didn't I concur?
Oh, the sore spot.
Oh, look at where Shadow landed!
Yeah.
Not having a good time.
Excuse,
Let him go.
excuse. I'm the ultimate life form, but I can't swim.
Get out, ugly prototype! Racism. Shadow's racist confirmed. So yeah, like, that last cutscene with Amy and up through this is finally, like, the real Shadow. Everything in the game before this was Shadow brainwashed as to be an instrument of Gerald's revenge.
This is the Shadow that likes kitties.
Stop the Chaos Emeralds.
Like, this is the only contribution Knuckles gets. Is he recites the prayer from Tikal.
Yes.
It has the power to neutralize the Chaos Emerald. So, like, the Biolizard has the cognition to understand that the Ark's descent has been halted because they neutralized the power of the Chaos Emerald, and so he teleported into the Ark and is now still dragging it down. So the Biolizard is aware. Respect the Biolizard.
Hashtag.
Sonic.
Sonic.
Imagine telling a story without words.
Imagine.
Oh?
Yeah, in this day and age.
Oh. What?
No.
Knuckles being sincerely confused.
Yeah. He just genuinely has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Not a word of dialogue exchanged between them.
How do I know how to feel then? There's no
How do I
applause
know what
sign.
they're feeling if they don't tell me that they're feeling things?
I don't know how to. I only know how to clap because the applause sign came on.
It's all open to interpretation, and it's all interpretive from their body language and how they look at each other with those romance-filled eyes.
And those bedroom eyes, and the
So-
chest fluff.
I dramatically prefer Silver Super Shadow over Gold Super Shadow.
That gets confusing.
I know. But he's clearly Silver. Like, that's not the final hazard! Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
That's not what he said. The subtitle is wrong. Alright, I'm gonna be quiet immediately. He's gonna...
Can you feel time?
Wow.
You're trying to ignore. Yeah. But you can hardly swallow.
Ugh, right in the wart.
You need rest. Let me
Put you right back where you came.
It's physical comedy going on.
Live and learn. Ah, it's the best. This boss fight's really bad.
It looks like he's really smooth.
This boss fight is a pain in the fucking ass. It has a really bad gameplay.
You gotta
to be
hit the
honest.
tumor.
Don't be fooled by the fact that I'm doing pretty well.
Don't be fooled by the live and learn. Red swelling, oh no. Don't describe it like that. Shadow.
So I'm not gonna get it, but there is dialogue where Shadow says, Sonic, I think I figured out who the ultimate life form is. It might be you. And it's real sweet.
And then they kiss.
They definitely do, in my version.
I mean, you don't know what happens after the fade out.
In my comic, they kiss. Son of a bitch, I'm gonna die.
And not where you think, either. They kiss tips.
Aw.
I just want you to
Give him
both to know,
trouble.
good luck. We're all
counting
counting
on you, basically. Here I come, you freak.
So Amy's still just standing there going like, what the fuck was Shadow? What happened?
And Rouge is like, oh yeah, he does that.
So anyway, he like had an episode and then...
How are you doing? Almost done.
Gutha.
Gutha.
So there's a lot of dialogue that happens during this final boss that you're just never gonna hear. You're never gonna hear that dialogue because it's like it's got the rock theme. There's these sound effects.
Keep cutting each other off.
Yeah, it's a lot. Son of a bitch, oh my god.
It's not like that Klonoa thing where it's like the entirety of the story is revealed in the
Yeah.
final cutscene.
Your dreams will never.
And then the sequel starts
Hold
with,
on
hey, did you
to
see that
what
shit? Okay.
if? Hold on to what if? Live and learn.
The pomegranate seeds
Okay,
are back.
I really wanted the last hit to be Shadow, but now it's not. Now I'm not sure anyone's gonna get it.
Oh my Jesus.
Okay, so that was a trial. This is the best. This game's best. This game's best, your worst. The end.
Did you really think you had a chance?
Did ya?
Stop quipping, you son of a bitch.
So they killed it. He's dead. The Bio-Lizard's dead, and they killed it. Just saying.
Oof.
Imagine the idea of two characters coming to like a conclusion about one another without any dialogue being exchanged.
My Jesus. Quite a rare feat
Give
these
them a
days.
chance to be happy.
Shadow, now is not the best time for you to have an episode.
Oh. Were you on it?
Chaos control!
So the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle release really fucked up the lighting. The original Dreamcast had much better lighting. So...
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
It blows my mind that people interpret this as, oh, Shadow was inexperienced with the Super State, and so he was exhausted and fell to his death. Like, I'm pretty sure he let himself die. I don't know if you've seen movies, but, like, typically when someone almost brings about a global genocide because their memories were manipulated into making them do the opposite of what their childhood friend wanted them to do, and then they try and set right what once went wrong and like redeem themselves.
You know,
they usually allow themselves to die as an act of repentance.
You know that.
That's a typical thing that happens in media. I'm sorry if you've never seen movies before.
That the professor created him, Shadow, to carry out the revenge on all those who live here on Earth?
He was what he was. A brave and heroic hedgehog who gave his life to save this planet. Shadow the Hedgehog.
I guess you're right.
As a child, I looked up to my grandfather because of all the great things he accomplished in his life. He was my hero, and I wanted to be a great scientist like him. But did he really mean to destroy us?
I don't know, but what I do know is we all did it together.
You're right.
So what's next for you, Rouge? Off again to find those jewels you love so much?
Nah, I think I'm gonna give up this line of work. Too much work for too little pay. Anyway, I've got something better than jewels that I'm thinking about right now. It'll all work out. You'll see.
If you say so.
Created the ultimate life form.
What's the matter, Sonic?
Oh, it's nothing. Come on, let's go home. To the planet as cool and blue as me. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Translate that one thing.
Well, actually, in the Japanese version, Maria says adios, Shadow.
Oh,
the
this is
Hedgehog.
just getting trilingual
And
now.
Sonic says adios, Shadow the Hedgehog. And when they localized it into English, they decided instead of keeping it adios or changing it to goodbye, which is what they did in Shadow the Hedgehog, and that was stupid. They decided, let's make them say sayonara instead.
It's kind of like how
to
the
preserve
European,
the weird, to preserve the exoticism of it.
kind of like how the European version of Dora the Explorer teaches English, not Spanish. They get double
actually,
duty out of that.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I wanted to mention that. Because I really like that. In Japanese, Maria says adios, Shadow the Hedgehog, and in English, she says sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. And I think that's inspired. I think that's an inspired decision by the localizers. A lot happened in that final cutscene.
First of all, Eggman and Tails having a chat was
but even
my fan fiction.
Even before that, I like Rouge saying, do you really think Gerald created him to carry out revenge? It's like, first of all, I don't know why you're questioning that. Like, that's clearly what happened.
That's what just happened.
But I also think it's really funny that apparently Rouge is still operating under the assumption that the Bio-Lizard was the real Project Shadow, and Shadow is a fake made up after the fact. Like, he's unrelated. So she thinks that Shadow was created after the Ark was shut down so that Gerald could, like, get revenge on the world. And it's like, you're misinformed.
Rouge, I hate to tell you this, but madam, you're misinformed.
Sonic has the good insight where he's like, he was what he was. He gave his life, like, he gave his life to save the world.
So well, Rudolph.
A new day brings new adventure. But for now, rest easy, heroes. That lives rent-free in my head. So that's Sonic's whole mentality summed up. Like, he was what he was. Let's not like have these existential concerns.
Because frankly, that would be a bit gay.
And then Eggman's like, man, I'm really questioning these feelings I had about my grandfather. Like, all of that was a little fucked up, don't you think? I almost died.
He said to Tails.
And Tails brilliantly,
God bless him,
responds with, I don't know. But what I do know is we all did it together. And Eggman,
a single tear goes down.
Collecting himself.
His life shattered. His whole worldview destroyed. Looks at this 7-year-old fox.
You're right. And then Eggman never opened up to anyone ever again. And there's actually...
From that day forward...
There's cut dialogue where Eggman, like, leaves, and he's like, next time, I won't hold back. I'm gonna fucking kill you guys. And Tails is like, same here. And they cut that. Because why the fuck would they just let Eggman walk out of the room saying, I'm gonna fucking kill you guys next time? Like, they're just gonna say, like, okay, bye. We'll see you then.
So long.
Like, no. So they cut
Sayonara.
that. And then Rouge saying, I'm gonna fuck you, Knuckles. And Knuckles is like, I don't
know what that means.
I don't have social cues. I don't understand social cues.
I'm gonna fuck this shit out of your dick, Knuckles.
And then Sonic being like, Shadow sure did die, and I have complicated feelings about that because I spent the whole game hating him. But in his final moments, he was a hero who helped save the world, and now I just don't know how to feel.
I better start running before I start feeling shit.
So Amy's like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
You know, I got
right?
you. And Sonic's like, well, anyway, nothing. I'm good. Let's go
that.
back to Earth, to the planet as cool and blue as me.
Am I right? I gotta fucking run. Now. Now.
Like, he's like, I'm not going to allow myself to be perceived as emotionally vulnerable.
Nope.
Let's go.
We're going back to Earth. I'm gonna slam a fucking bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'm gonna run my fucking tits off.
In that order.
Come on, Amy.
And then he says, Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. How do you know to say that? How do you know to say that? Maria said that, and now he said that. Cinematic parallels and, like, the verisimilitude of, like, parallel events happening in fiction in order to evoke an emotional meaning in the mind of the audience. No, he must have actually been from the Ark, and he remembered Maria saying Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog, even though his name wasn't Shadow the Hedgehog, so I don't know why she would say Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog to Sonic. And I guess that really doesn't make sense when you think about it for more than 2 fucking seconds.
Which is an unpopular thing to do.
No, it couldn't be, like, an artistic choice that he said Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog, which were Maria's last words to him.
Thereby echoing something and making you feel a thing.
There has to be an explanation for it. What's the explanation for this? I think the explanation is you're a fucking idiot.
I think so. And again, I get it. You're 22. You want to reduce every piece of art to a list of bullet points. It makes you feel smart.
On Wikipedia.
Okay. But grow the fuck up, though, please.
So I do like that in English they say Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog, and the localization for Shadow the Hedgehog fucked that up, because the final scene in the video game Shadow the Hedgehog is Shadow saying, goodbye, Shadow the Hedgehog. So they completely
so much for that.
Missed the entire artistic intent behind changing adios to Sayonara. They just looked at the script and said, adios in English is goodbye. Goodbye, Shadow the Hedgehog. So,
adios. Why, that means, flips dictionary, goodbye.
Let's change it to goodbye. So let's take a look at this game map.
What stage are we going to play?
I'm really glad we split the stream, by the way.
Yeah. 10-pin slam, or do you slam?
So here's the city that Sonic has to escape from, as we can see.
Musically.
What do you think that is? That little bit of map above Tails here, because there are no levels set there. Where do you think that is?
That gentleman is Mobius.
Jesus fucking Christ. I think that's Station Square. I think this capital city, and I think that is Station Square.
That makes sense. That with that guy that hates sunsets.
Yeah. And that means that taking the tram from Station Square, and then this is Skyrail, a railway system, and then this is where Knuckles' first level was, and this is Rouge's first level, so this is nearby where, like, they confronted each other over the Master Emerald, meaning this has to be close to where Angel Island is. So I think this location is like some either Dry Lagoon, somewhere here is near the Mystic Ruins, which means that this the fucking pyramids here is why there's a motherfucking pyramid on Angel Island, an Egyptian style pyramid.
We finally landed.
Because maybe Angel Island used to be connected, like, down in between these two levels, and, like, it went up and is an island now, and that's why you can see at the edge of the map it's, like, kind of jagged. So maybe Angel Island was around here, which means that that's Mystic Ruins, or what's left of it after the whole debacle with Chaos. And then this also,
not Japan, totally in the shape of Japan.
Before we overlook this, this is Pumpkin Hill.
That's hippity rap.
We all need to acknowledge the fact that this is Pumpkin Hill.
This thing the size of Russia is Pumpkin Hill.
And this is Capital City, and that's Station Square, and this is the human world, and this is fucking Pumpkin Hill. Also, there's South Island. You need to get all A ranks. You need to get all the emblems, I believe, to unlock South Green Hill Zone, which means that I will never get it. But that level, that little island in between this and this, that is Green Hill Zone. That is South Island. South Island is a traveling island that floats around in the ocean. Green Hill Zone, South Island, is in the world that also contains Capital City and the President. And Station Square, maybe, probably. I am convinced that that is Station Square. It's by the beach. Like, you can see in your mind's eye where the hotel is.
Yeah.
And it's shaped exactly the same way.
Yeah.
That, like, the layout of... I am convinced that that is Station Square. And here we have Chow World. You know, a space station.
You know.
You know, this island that's literally visibly right fucking there. And is a tangible location.
I mean, I feel like it'd be really
Fucking
inconvenient
idiots.
if there were islands that moved like that in real life. I mean, I guess they are moving, but it would wreak havoc with international shipping.
I think it's just South Island that moved. And Angel Island, I guess. There's Angel Island and South Island are parallel, which is why I think other things. I have a lot of personal theories when it comes to the Sonic series. And one of them is I'm convinced that that is fucking Station Square.
It looks like it.
It looks like it! And then here's the map for the Ark, which is great. I would kill for this. Like, without anything on it, I would love this image framed in my house somewhere. I'm running out of wall space for that, though.
Yeah, gotta put shit upstairs.
So anyway, that was Sonic Adventure 2, again, with a better microphone this time.
Oh yes, much better.
I love this game.
Coming to you from a different state.
Still the greatest. Don't call it a comeback. Been here for years. Motherfucking Sonic Adventure 2. Still
Live and learn.
Yeah, still one of the most unique... Was and remains one of the most unique Sonic games in the franchise. Like, it set a new paradigm, but really nothing that followed this did the same thing that this game did. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about it in context of when it came out, and it's still crazy looking back on it now after everything that's followed it. This game's great. I would love a Spyro Reignited-esque remaster of this game and nothing else.
Literally nothing else.
Either straight port it with no changes or give it a graphics update, and that is it.
Maintain the speedrun exploits.
Just ray trace the entire game. Do not give this a Resident Evil 2 remake style remake where it's a brand new game with the same title. At least fucking port it though. It's so annoying that this is trapped on the Xbox 360. It's not even it's a bad version. Like, this is a bad port even. It's got bugs and shit. Anyway. Sonic Adventure 2.
Tits, slits, and clits.
Gross. It's a bad version. Like, it's a